Welcome back to Revolutionary War Rarities, the podcast from the Sons of the American Revolution. Today's episode focuses on the Battle of Bunker Hill and some of its little-known facts. Before we get started, make sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram, join our Facebook group, and follow us on your favorite podcast application. You can also find our website at www.fastfunhistory.com, where we have a new music link. Make sure and check that out as well. And now, Revolutionary War Rarities. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Revolutionary War Rarities, the podcast from the Sons of the American Revolution. My name is Jim Griffith.
And my name is Jim Maples.
Jim, can you imagine the Battle of Bunker Hill as more than just a clash of muskets and redcoats? On June 17, 1775, this first major fight of the Revolution unfolded with twists that don't always make the history books. From a hilltop blunder to a 7-year-old future president watching smoke rise. It's a tale we think we know.
Yeah.
British victory, American grit, but peel back the layers and there's so much more. What secrets hide in this familiar story?
Jim, it's a treasure trove of surprises. Picture a battle named for the wrong hill, a black soldier felling a British major, and a monument saved by a bake sale. The Bunker Hill fight wasn't just about who won or lost, it's packed with quirky facts, like officers buried in a church crypt and a general who refused to command and he died as a private. Those overlooked details turn a textbook battle into a living, breathing saga. So let's dig into the hidden corners.
So let's start with the name itself. This is a fairly well-known fact, but everyone calls it the Battle of Bunker Hill.
Yeah.
But most of the fighting happened on Breed's Hill, a smaller rise which was a little bit closer to Boston. Colonel William Prescott's orders on June 16th were to fortify the 110-foot Bunker Hill. Yet he picked the 62-foot Breed's Hill instead. Maybe to provoke the British, maybe just a mix-up. A British map by Lieutenant Page swapped the names and the error stuck. By the morning of June 17th, 1,200 colonials had built a redoubt on Breed's Hill, facing 2,200 redcoats under General William Howe. The real Bunker Hill saw little action, yet it's the one we remember, a curious twist of geography and fate.
That twist deepens with the people involved. Take Peter Salem, a free black man from Framingham, Massachusetts. He's in the thick of it on Breed's Hill. And when Major John Pitcairn, the British officer who sparked Lexington's shot, storms the redoubt, Salem fires, dropping him dead. Accounts from 1787 tie the kill to, quote, a Negro man from Groton, likely Salem, and by 1818, Samuel Sweet says troops raised a fund for him, presenting him to Washington. Pitcairn is buried in Old North Church's crypt alongside other fallen redcoats, a quiet nod to a black soldier's pivotal role in a white man's war.
And redcoats buried in one of the most historic sites in the States, right? The Old North Church in Boston. It's amazing. Then there's leadership, or lack of it. Dr. Joseph Warren, a 34-year-old Boston physician and newly minted Major General, could have led from the rear. Instead, he grabs a musket and fights as a private in the redoubt, refusing command. As the British breach the walls on their third assault, a bullet takes him in the face. One of 115 colonial dead. His body stripped. Later identified by Paul Revere's dental work, false teeth that Paul Revere had made for Dr. Joseph Warren. Warren's death turns him into the Revolution's first martyr, but his choice to fight, not lead, is a little-known act of defiance, immortalized in John Trumbull's painting, which you can see on the screen now.
Jim, defiance meets innocence miles away. 7-year-old John Quincy Adams stands with his mother Abigail on a Braintree Hill, which is 10 miles south, watching cannon smoke drift over Charlestown. He later writes of mingling tears with hers, a future president witnessing war's dawn. Closer in, Benjamin Pierce, father of future President Franklin Pierce, fights on the hill, surviving to become New Hampshire's governor. Two presidential kin, one a boy, one a soldier, tied to a battle they'd shape in memory, a family thread history often skips.
So the battle's aftermath hides its own quirks. The British lose 1,054 men, nearly half of their force, including 226 dead, and that stuns London, as you think you would imagine that it would. Colonials count 450 casualties, but their ammo runs dry by the third assault, forcing a retreat over Bunker Hill to Cambridge. Now here's a twist. General Israel Putnam, Old Put, watches from Bunker Hill with hundreds of militia who never joined the fight. Frozen by confusion or fear, had they reinforced Prescott, the day might have flipped, a mischance that lingers in the shadows of the story.
Well, 50 years later, on June the 17th, 1825, the Marquis de Lafayette lays the cornerstone for the 221-foot obelisk on Breed's Hill that is still there today, a tribute to the fallen. Funds dry up by 1840, leaving it half-built, and Sarah Josepha Hale, editor, and Mary Had a Little Lamb author, steps in. Her 8-day bake and craft sale in Boston raises $30,000, finishing the Granite Tower in 1843. A nursery rhyme writer saves a war memorial, a charming footnote to a bloody day, standing tall over Charlestown's modern streets.
And one heck of a bake sale.
Yeah.
These facts weave a richer tale. Peter Salem's shot, Warren's sacrifice, young Adam's tears, they show the battle's human pulse. Beyond the redcoats' win, Putnam's hesitation and Hale's fundraiser reveal flaws and fixes history glosses over. Bunker Hill or Breed's Hill isn't just a moral boost for patriots, it's a mosaic of courage, change, and quirks, proving even the best-known stories hide surprises worth uncovering. And that, my friends, is another Revolutionary War rarity.
My name is Jim Maples, and we thank you for joining us today, and please be sure to join us for the next episode in 2 weeks of Revolutionary War Rarities. It's been a production of the National Society, Sons of the American Revolution, www.sar.org.
In the dawn's early light, when the echoes call, brave hearts gathered, standing tall. From the fields of Boston, they made their stand. For freedom and honor, united they planned. With courage ablaze and hope in their eyes, they faced the storm beneath the vast skies. For liberty's promise, they fought the fight. At Bunker Hill, they shone their light. Oh, Bunker Hill, your story is bold, of valor and sacrifice forever told. With each beat of the drum, hear the call. The spirit